Thank you, Congressman, for joining us today.
Thank you, Elizabeth, for bringing some attention to this important issue.
Of course, and for our viewers at home who may not be familiar with this bill, can you tell me what it does to protect whistleblowers going forward?
Well, the most important thing is it gives a very rapid response requirement for their superiors to determine whether or not their claim actually has merit, much like the Marines do with their claims within the Corps. And if the person that's a superior doesn't think they have merit to their claims, they can take it above them. Unfortunately, what's happened in the past is VA has buried many of these claims, and we've seen a lot of the consequences because of it.
Now, for men and women who have spoken out, and would they have been protected if this bill were in place?
Well, VA will tell you they're protected today, but the fact is they've paid over $1 million in recent claims to people who have been whistleblowers that have been retaliated against, and even today, VA will not tell me whether or not the people who made the retaliation are going to be punished or if they have been punished.
What evidence are you seeing today where whistleblowers are being punished for coming forward? There's been some reports that have been brought to our attention. What are you seeing?
You're seeing all kinds of retaliation where physicians are being moved from their offices, being put in basement offices without windows. You actually have a report out of Puerto Rico now where the VA is trying to force the identity of a whistleblower to be made known and possibly could fine that whistleblower as much as $20,000. Again, the Secretary has said and the President has said whistleblowers are important. I agree. But they should not be able to be retaliated against by their superiors.
Okay, now to be fair, you are getting a reaction from the VA, and in fact they have released a statement in response to your bill, your proposed bill, and it says, "We believe the specific whistleblower disclosure and protection procedures provided by this bill would be unworkable. The legislation also would duplicate other long-standing remedies and programs specifically created to address claims of improper retaliation in the workplace." What's your response to the VA not supporting you on this?
VA has fought us at every turn. If you will go back to April when we exposed the wait time issue, it was whistleblowers that brought this forward. Yet the Undersecretary, in an appearance at a hearing on Capitol Hill, said it was nothing more than a kerfuffle, nothing to see here, and we find out that it was systemic all across the country. So whistleblowers have been trying for a long time to get their voices heard. Many of them have been retaliated against. VA wants to keep the status quo, and we are not going to allow the status quo to remain in place anymore. And they shouldn't do it either. Look, the President had said that this is going to be a transparent administration, that accountability is going to be the key word, and we've seen neither.
Okay, and my last question, though, is do you need the VA's support on this?
Oh, no, we don't need the VA's support. We need the American people's support. We need the employees at the Department of Veterans Affairs support. This is not an attempt in any way to harm those whistleblowers out there. It's to encourage them to come forward and, in fact, tell what's happening within the system, because VA, in many instances, is not letting anybody else know. In fact, they're covering many of the issues up.
Okay, Representative, thank you so much for joining us, and be sure to keep us posted on the progress.
Thank you, Elizabeth.
Thanks. And across the